Good morning and welcome to today's webinar on Church360 Unite for calendar and events. My name is Buffy Alvarez. I am an Associate Marketing Manager for Concordia Technology Solutions. On the screen is my contact information. Feel free to contact me anytime after the webinar. We're always here to help. Today's webinar will include a 25-minute presentation. We'll have 5 minutes for questions. You can ask your questions in the chat box throughout the webinar. I will try to respond before the webinar concludes. If I run out of time, I'll definitely answer after the webinar. We will also be sharing this webinar on Concordia Technologies YouTube page for those unable to attend today's webinar, or if you would like to view the recording for later. Our training outline today is going to consist of setup. We'll go over on how to set up your calendar. We'll do events, group events, and master events. We'll go over the different uses that are available, and we'll have time for question and answers. Let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to switch my view to Church360 Unite. And I've already logged in. And you will need to be logged in as an administrator to access the settings. So once you're logged in as the administrator, you'll want to go up to settings, and then under the settings header, you'll find calendars. Go ahead and click on calendars. And let's practice setting up a calendar. It is quite easy. Name your calendar. I'm going to do calendar 1, create. And as you can see, it has created my calendar at the bottom. You can color code the calendar, the preference of the churches. And you can also click the Who Can View. So we can do nobody, users, or everyone. And then click Save. And as you see as I scroll up, you'll see different colors, and once again, that is based on the church's preference. What I'm going to do now is we're going to exit out of settings. Let's go back to our calendar view. And here's where you're going to see the different colors. And they're associated with the variety of calendars. And you also have the flexibility to choose single or multiple calendars for your view. So if you would like to just view the board meeting only calendar, you can do that as well. All right. You can also choose to view this calendar by week, and the same within the weekly view. You can choose multiple calendars or have a single view. All right, let's go back to settings. And we'll go to calendars. And here you'll see the different type of calendars that we have. To update a calendar, you would simply click on the name, and you can make any changes you would like. If you need to rename, if you want nobody to see this calendar, or if you want users who are only ones that are logged into the Unite site, or you can choose everyone and then it's open to the public. And click Save. You'll see the calendars with the locks, calendar with the locks next to them. These are calendars that are in Church360 members, and you will not be able to change the calendar name. However, you can still control the Who Can View feature. That is flexible. And also going down through the calendars, you'll see the Board of Education's, Board of Elders. Next to these, you'll see people. and that's telling me that these are group calendars. And we'll discuss this. We'll discuss these updates here shortly. Also, at the bottom of the page, you have the ability to sync your calendars from your Google Calendar. You would simply check this box to include events for my Google Calendars, and then you'd be ready to go. Those would sync in. Deleting a calendar is an easy task. Let's go to calendar 1 that we created, and you hover over the red, almost looks like a stop sign. Click delete, and now your calendar has been deleted. I'm going to exit out, and we're going to move on to creating events by groups. So let's go here over to ministries. Let's click on our groups. I'm going to choose Women Ministry. And on this page, you'll see that you'll have a description of what this group is. On the right side, you'll see any discussions. You'll also see events and the members. And you can edit this group, or you can ask to join. Let's go back up a little ways, and let's create a new event. And let's say we're going to do ministry planning. Put in your location. And I want this event to repeat since we're going to be meeting monthly. And I'm going to choose monthly. And we'll just say the 3rd Tuesday of every month. And you can also have it end, we'll have it run through the end of December. You can list a description. And click on, I want to invite people to this event. Now you can select all for everyone in the women's ministry group, or you can select them by individual. And let's go ahead and let's click a reminder for 1 week before the event happens. Click Create Event. Now if we go back up here, you can see in the women's ministry, it's going to be listed on the third Wednesday of the month. I'm sorry, the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So there you go. So we have our women's Bible study calendar. We're going to be meeting in the boardroom. We're going to be planning our monthly ministries. Now, if we go back up to the main calendar view, you can see where our event has now updated the main calendar page. And you can also create events from this page as well. So let's go ahead and we need to create a playlist. And I'm going to put this in the music calendar. And let's go ahead and say we're going to meet next Tuesday. And you can select all. And then let's go ahead and give a reminder 2 days before. And let's create events. Let's go to calendar. Let's go over here to your calendars, and we're going to actually need to click on the music calendar in order to see that event. And there we go. Here's our creating a playlist for the choir. So that is how you add events to the calendar from the main page or in your groups. You can go up to your settings, back under calendars, and this is where you can once again create new ones, you can modify them or delete. So as you can see, the calendar events is quite simple within Unite. And this wraps up our webinar for today. So I have a question here, and it says, let's see, trying to expand my screen to see it a little bit better. Okay, show us what happens when you pick 3 to 5 people you want to invite. All right, let's go back over to, let's exit out of settings. All right, let's go into our groups. Okay. You would just pick those 3 to 5 people that you would want, and it would send them a notification saying that they were invited to the event. And let's go ahead and do Monthly Tuesday. And you would just choose the number of members you need to attend, and then it would send them a notification based on the email that they've registered for. Does that help does that answer your question? And we don't see the notification coming through just because we don't have access to their email, but it would send an email to all of those that are selected. And that's why I also do the reminders, just so I can get notification to remind me as well. And if you go into, if I'm Candace, if I go into Candace, then it's going to let me know what events I'm invited to, and I'm able to respond. Actually, let me go back into Kent since I'm signed in under Kent. Maybe Kent is not in this group. I apologize, Pam. But you would be able to respond to the event from your profile page. Yes, I'm going to attend, or no, I'm not going to attend. Do you have any other questions? Okay, well, you can find updates on our blog. It's 360unite.com/blog. And once again, here's my contact information if you'd like to email me or call me with any questions. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We hope you have a great week.